Is Bloodstrike worth playing in 2024? I thought we would try to answer that question and at the same time talk about a game that many FPS gamers aren't aware of. Bloodstrike is a free-to-play shooter developed and published by NetEase Games, and it was released earlier this year on March 21st, and I made a video about Bloodstrike about a month later. Now some time has passed, and since the game now has also been released on Steam on October 18, I thought it would be a good time to check out Bloodstrike once more. Good news though, if you aren't playing games on Steam as a platform, is that Bloodstrike is also available on mobile devices since it was originally designed as a mobile game, similar to Call of Duty Mobile, but you can also play the game directly as a download on Windows, on Steam as mentioned, and they also have a MENA region download option available as well. So what is Bloodstrike? Well, I mentioned Call of Duty Mobile just to get you a kind of a thought of what kind of game and genre we're talking about. However, Bloodstrike has features and game modes that differs from what you'll find in Call of Duty Mobile. At least when it comes to the strikers in Bloodstrike, which is basically the different characters you play as and unlock in the game as well. They all have different abilities, everything from a toxic grenade, an electromagnetic pulse, a power slide, or an ice barrier, just to give you a few examples. However, the focus in Bloodstrike is on the gunplay, I believe. And in Bloodstrike you can play a Battle Royale mode, either unranked or ranked, that plays like most BR games you've played before. Loot items all over the map, which includes guns, nades, health kits, boosters, bandages and much more. And each striker you choose to play with has unique active and passive skills that can be activated during a fight to obtain some high kill points. But if Battle Royale isn't for you, then Bloodstrike offers other game modes as well. For example, in Squad Fight, the players fight in a 4v4 format match, and the first team to win 4 consecutive matches claims victory. And in each round, players will be given a certain amount of money to purchase guns and other items. If you've played, for example, Valorant, you are though used to this. Although the difference here is that players have to kill all 4 members of the opponent team before they attack them rather than planting a bomb and defending that site. You can also play Hot Zone, which is basically hardpoint, where 2 opposing teams fight to capture a point. And the hardpoints rotate as time goes by during the match, so the team that reaches the highest number of target points wins the match. There's also a game mode called Weapon Master, where the players need to select a weapon from their custom loadouts. And after the fight begins, both sides take turns selecting their weapon, and each weapon selection lasts for 2 rounds. Defeat all the enemies with a selected weapon and win the round. In order to claim final victory in this game mode, you need to be the first one to win 5 rounds. And if you want to, you can also play a kind of a game mode or a challenge at least in the shooting range, where the players are required to kill 20 bots in 30 seconds to successfully pass the challenge. It's also a good way to practice your aim while having some fun. Now, the loadout system in Bloodstrike is pretty basic, giving you 10 custom loadout combinations. There's also something called the Vault, a section where you as a player can see all the different classes of firearms with their other details. Here you can also check out other items such as ornaments and stickers, chests and packs. There's also a battle pass that is called Strike Pass, which offers rewards. There are 2 types of Strike Pass, which include a free Strike Pass, Elite Strike Pass and Elite Plus Pass. The Elite Strike Passes can be accessed using real-time money, and the rewards can be obtained later on, whereas the rewards which the free Strike Pass has to offer can be acquired for free. There's always a kind of a monetization system within a free-to-play game. That's just how it is. The more interesting question though is if the game offers pay-to-win options, meaning better weapons or gear that are locked behind a paywall. Since I'm a guy that downloaded and played Bloodstrike once in a while only, I did check out some forums and threads, and it seems, according to what people are saying at least, that the game isn't paid to win. But feel free to fill in your thoughts here as well. So how does it feel to play Bloodstrike on PC? Well, for a game that was originally made for mobile devices, it does play pretty well. It's quite well optimized, and it will play well also on low-spec PCs, which is a good thing of course, and it's one of those games that fortunately won't take up a lot of space on your hard drive. Only 30 gigabytes, which is nothing compared to many other shooters out there nowadays. So pretty decent gunplay combined with good optimization is for sure on the plus side of things. But it can be a bit tedious at first when you start to play Bloodstrike, since most matches in the beginning, as partly seen in this video as well, will be mostly against bots. Some may say you need to reach gold rank until you finally can play versus a majority of real players instead of bots. Personally, it felt as I was able to play against real players before reaching a gold rank. But again, please feel free to share your thoughts and experiences when it comes to Bloodstrike as well. Bloodstrike is also one of those games with a pretty small player base. Even though the game hasn't been out that long on Steam, there's been around 780 players on average playing Bloodstrike, a peak of 1,935 players. Remember though, as mentioned earlier, that there are quite a few people that are also playing Bloodstrike on other devices such as mobile, and maybe also directly via their launcher, meaning on Windows. And since the game has a cross-play feature, then there's probably quite more people playing Bloodstrike than we can see just by looking at the Steam charts, of course. On Twitch, by the way, there's currently around 365 viewers on average watching Bloodstrike gameplay, and a peak of 23,303 peak viewers on May 8. So is Bloodstrike then worth your time? Well, I believe it depends on what kind of player you are. If you're mostly used to play AAA shooters with good looking graphics and features, then Bloodstrike might feel or look a bit underwhelming. But if you, like me, have a background also of playing a variety of FPS games, meaning old school shooters and free to play indie shooters, or simply other FPS mobile games that looks or feels similar to Bloodstrike, then it could definitely be worth it to download and try out the game. Some guys have said that it's not so much to grind for when you reach certain ranks, like really high ranks, but at least before you do just that, Bloodstrike could be fun and maybe also a nice supplement of a game alongside with other shooters you are already playing. Well, again, it's free to play, and if you like me have been playing quite a few FPS games through the years, you are most likely capable to decide whether this is something for you already after just 1 or 2 hours of gaming. With that said, from my personal point of view, I think it can be worth it. Again, I am not playing this like every week, every month. This is one of those games I have on the side that I download once in a while and try it out and have some fun. Maybe stream it 1 or 2 times with a friend or two, which can be a lot of fun. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, of course. I always read and I try to answer. That could be very interesting. And also thank you for watching my video. If you want to give it a like, if you appreciate the video, that I would appreciate because it helps me out here on YouTube. With that said, I hope you're gonna have a beautiful day and maybe also you will try out Bloodstrike. If so, let me know what you think. Take care and talk to you later. Bye bye.
Enemy